but I need it. Oh, no, hang on.
We need to read off this.
Oh, it's okay. I've got mine.
Is this too loud?
I don't know. Hello. Okay, so you can do some talking.
I can do some talking.
Oh my God, I'll talk.
All right, everyone. Next up, representing the world, coming all the way here from Queensland, Australia. Yes, let's give a big round of applause for Pepper Jane.
Thanks. I actually do need to read them all. I didn't write them all out. So, do you want to show?
Sure.
You can be my page turner. Awesome.
Okay, let's switch for a second. I'll take this mic and you take that mic.
Okay.
Yeah, stand elsewhere or whatever you need. I don't need to.
Or do you want me to?
Meow.
Here.
Well, I don't need that bit
Sure.
because it's all on there.
Oh, got it. Okay.
That's what I mean. It's just not quite. It's a very short song.
Okay.
But I just that way it's actually written out.
Okay.
So this was my Neurine entry after the week after I forfeited. Okay, that's how it happened. I don't need that. I arrived in Toronto for Canadian Music Week and took my guitar. Well, I had everything that I brought with me, and I went up to the CN Tower, and I thought I'd just sit there and write a song. So that's where the 447 meters comes from, because that's how high up I was. There's a slight bit of angst here. It's 447 7 meters above. I bet that what you think is just my usual view. 447 7 meters above. The GO train goes so slow when you look at it from here. My big nose is indisposed, too busy filtering air. To look down on those ants down, on those ants way down there.
La gente va y viene, y uno siempre en el anfitrión invitado, el que se queda después de la fiesta, el que escucha todavía las voces en los rincones. Caminar sobre cascaras de huevo no es lo mismo para una aquila de para una hormiga hambrienta.
447 7 meters above you. I bet that's what you think is just my usual view. Thanks, Ben.
No problem.
Nice to meet you. By the way, that meant that was for walking on eggshells, and so I did kind of crowbar that title in there, but it said oh, hang on. The guest, which was for the Neurine Challenge, thanks very much, Raymond. Gracias. Was Peruvian Canadian Guillermo Alberto Saboste at Pasha Sound in Toronto, and he also plays bass for a band called the Honey Runners. They're pretty cool, and a number of other things. So here's what he came up with, but had to say walking in eggshells. People come and go, and one is always the host and guest, the one that stays at the end of the party and hears the voices in all the corners. Walking on eggshells is not the same to an eagle than a hungry ant.
Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah, should I be in this one then? I'm gonna need that. Well, Holly and Jim are gonna need that later on. We're gonna have a party, okay? So when we had Looking For You, I wrote 2 because I wrote one that was too easy. I thought, I shouldn't just write my default folk thing, even though I wrote a folk waltz, which is not that common for me. But so then I thought I'd write a bluesy one as well, and I submitted these because I thought there was, against the rules a little bit, frowned upon to submit 2 titles. So people went, oh, how about collaborations? So Johnny Cashpoint did one, and Micah Summerfield, said he's a folk waltz extraordinaire on the accordion. So he added some bits to this, which you won't get to hear today. That's not how it goes. It's not a world of bad turns and loose-lipped intentions. Isn't as strong as my love. That learns less from stern words than other implications. But take time as much as you want. When my temper runs short, I picture your patience. When I proffer much talk, my ears hear your silence. You are a grand earthly model for me, showing me who I am wanting to be. So I'm keeping on looking for you. This distance, for instance, this time-space continuous isn't affecting my lungs. I still breathe you in with no gratuitousness, remembering the best of us once. My vision runs short, I look to the space beside me. You barely talk, it's your presence that guides me. You are a respected example for me, showing me who I am wanting to be. So I'm keeping on looking for you. Cue accordion. Doesn't sound like that. Do what you must, I'll receive you without fuss. I'm keeping on looking for you. May God guide your footsteps, and I'll take what is left at the end of looking for you. Keeping on looking for you. I'm keeping on looking for you. Today I have my first Arnold Palmer. Right now. Yeah, thank you. Welcome to America. Whoa. Right. This one's for Caravan Ray, okay? Because it's his favourite song that I've done. And when we go to the same open mic nights, he makes me play it. So he asks very nicely. It was in Urine. This is called Boilermaker. Oh, and so the challenge was we had to include animal sounds in the structure, right? And because I record on this, I didn't have sampling ability, because it's not Apple, right? There's no GarageBand on Android. So I thought rather than me making the noises, which would sound weird, I made it into an acrostic poem where the 4 lines were meow and bray and woof and bark and my Noah's Ark. And I'm not going to play that version, which has too much at the end. I'm going to play how it really should go. And the first line is supposed to be ridiculous. Me, I've always been a traveler everywhere that I went. Owls, they see everything with their eyes, they're so intelligent. How would you ever notice or believe that you could be the only one with a torch bright enough to wanna be till forever? Rise and then depart from underneath the rubble. Rebuild, repair, restore. I know you've always wanted so much more, but heated bonds set harder. Keep yourself in a well-maintained and safe harbor. Oh yeah, I tried to mix in the song fight challenge as well with Neuron. Be aware that in reality, reports concur the tragedy. And all of these things that you say can be held against you. Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. Rise and then depart from underneath the rubble. Rebuild, repair, restore. I know you've always wanted so much more, but a heated bond set harder. Keep yourself in a well-maintained and safe harbor. 5 lines, it says nay, okay? Nobody listens, everyone whispers inside your ears, giving your heavy-handed heart blisters. I once was a Boilermaker. You could say I used to cook with gas. Now I'm just an old sunflower. No, not such a bonny lass. Favorite line. Acetylene, how so unsettling. I'm getting more nervous as the set goes on. So, a few weeks ago, I actually tried to win a challenge. I don't have 100% howling monkeys, or 72% holy feline, but I have 1 win, yes. And this was one that I wrote about half an hour before the deadline. Well, 90 minutes, but then I had to write it out. Where I just decided to sink into it and just be my folky self, instead of trying not to sound like every other song I've ever written. How many do I have, by the way? doesn't really have an introduction. They say a change is coming. Oh, if I could stop running. They say a change would do me good. I'm not sure it would. The weather came, the weather went, without a clue whether it was heaven sent. Did I grow? How will I know? What will I know? What will I lose? The heavy burden it is to choose. Will I gain to stay the same? I traveled far, I traveled light. What was on the other side? Reached too far, I stopped too short. I left the place, you were in view. I washed my face, I tied my shoe. I went first, for what it's worth. They say a change is coming. Oh, if I could stop running. I can hear whistle humming past my ear. It's almost here. Right. So then I was at a, actually, I'm gonna try this, it's pretty messy. I never got around to submitting it. When I was I've just turned that up, I thought, okay, it's gonna be quiet. I was in Toronto for Canadian Music Week, and just missed the deadline because it wasn't finished. So this was for House Red, and so I tried to actually also include the Million Volts, which was the Neurine Challenge, which also had to include a mistake. Yeah, I don't need to say that, that's obvious. House red, sky blue, grass green. Can we see Daddy soon? My daughter's too, and every day she looks a little more like you. She started talking before she's walking. Her mind is strong, but feet are weak like mine feel. Mine feel. House red, sky blue, green. Can we see Daddy soon? Oh baby, it's a red house and a blue sky. Look out the window at the green grass. Don't look at me cry. Our son is 4 and every day he looks like you a little more. He started walking before he's talking, but now he's asking about the war and what a war's for. House red, sky blue, grass green. Mom, can we see that? that soon. Oh baby, it's a red house and a blue-gray sky. There's an order to things. Are you still in there when they're done with their million vaults? Will we still be in there, or along with the other memories, will we be forgot? We know who'll care about that one. Our daughter's turning 3, and every day she looks a little less like me. My deep sorrow, she might never know you was a memory of the man before the war, before the soldier, the empty hollowed shell she resembles. House red, sky blue, grass green. Will we ever see you? It's a red house and a blue-gray sky. Will the grass be green again, or did we already say goodbye? So, 2 more? 1. I've got, 1?
One more.
Okay, cool. We'll get these. Okay, good, because the second one's a minute and a half, so that's okay. Cool. So, recently, we had Circle of Titles. And, I'm actually going to end with both of them, which just got submitted today. Yes, only a week late. So I was at a bonfire the other day with a bunch of mine workers, and normally when people ask me to get the guitar out, I say, okay, let's write a song. So I asked them, what do you want to write a song about? And they looked around, and the bonfires was like whole trees. They'd used bulldozers. So anyway, and there's a shovel. There's a shovel there, so I went, okay. And my Circle of Titles were, the second one was Don't Say My Name. So that's what I did. But I'll probably call it the Shovel Song. And I apologise for the pedestrian chord progression. But I was just telling a budding guitarist how to play Vance Joy's Riptide, and so I kept playing them. Some of us are short, and some are tall. Some of us work hard, some are more ornamental. Some of us are square, and others have curved edges. We used to lean on, dream on, and make wild gestures. But don't say my name, like it defines my purpose. Don't say my name, like I am worth less. Some of us build fences, some dig graves. Some of us build churches to save. Some of us dig trenches, some just dig holes. Some make mountains or shovel coals. Yeah, sometimes we build fires, we can fan flames. of times we dig up dirt just to put them out again. But don't say my name. I am more than a shovel. Don't say my name. I don't just belong on the gravel. Don't say my name. Like it defines me. No, don't say my name. That's not how you'll find me. Thanks a lot. I wonder if we'll need a note this time. We're gonna play it. This one is a cappella.
Yay!
And I haven't done too many collaborations in my life. Tend to work. But my report card's up to primary school, so it does not play well with others. So I'm working on it. True story. And we've all got lyrics on our phones. We sat around today very civilizedly, staring at our phones for hours.
Yeah, you do that one. That'll be fun.
Are we gonna click this time? I heard it hurt, and they finally left you behind. I suppose was you losing your mind. But evil would not bother you. Someone who's already retreated. I'm listening to your depravity, where love has no gravity, with no sense of reason, in no sunny season. You don't have authority to tell me what comes naturally. You've no sense of reason.